Hi everybody, and welcome to the Ayondo Market Social Trading webinar. Just want to start off by introducing myself first of all. My name is Fayaz Patel and I'm the Senior Sales Trader here. Just want to ask if everyone can hear me, and if you can, please just type in yes in the message box below. So we'll start in a couple of moments, just waiting for everybody to make sure they're logged in and can see the screens and hear me properly. Just waiting on the last couple of people to make sure that they can hear me, and we'll get started in about 30 seconds. Okay guys, everybody's logged on and can hear me and see the screens. So today we're going to be discussing social trading, how you can apply for an account, how you can set up a portfolio, and how you can follow top traders, and hopefully on the back of that make some money. So the first thing everybody needs to do is make sure that they can get access to the homepage, and you'll find that on ayondo.com. Once you've got yourself to the homepage, we're going to try and apply for an account. And in order to apply for an account, you'll need to look on the homepage, and along the bottom here, you'll see social trading and spread betting CFD trading. So Ayondo as a company has two types of trading accounts. One is the normal trading account, which is similar to what you may be used to. And then we have the social trading, which is what we're going to discuss today. So if you select social trading, and you can see here it says open account. If you click on open account, it'll take you to the registration page. So in fact I was logged onto my account, so let's just start that again. To apologize. So once we go to social trading on the home page, click on open account, and that will take you to the registration page. So as I said, today we're going to be looking at social trading, and in particular we're going to be focusing on the follower accounts. This is the type of account where you are able to follow other traders and copy their trades automatically without having to do any other work yourselves. So this program here allows you to input all your information, So once you've filled in your name, your last name, then your desired username, your email addresses, and confirm that, it will then take you to the next page. It will just ask you to confirm personal security questions, financial information, and trading experience. What this will hopefully do is send you across an email with your designated username that you've chosen yourself, which you'll input in this box here, and then a password will also be generated. That process shouldn't take no more than a couple of minutes, and once that's done, you're able to log onto your account. Now, in order to log into your account, you need to navigate yourself back to the home page, which is again ayondo.com, and then along the top here you should see login. Just go to that now. Once you go to the login section, you're prompted with three options. One is the social trading, which we're going to be looking at very shortly. The next two options are your TradeHub Live and your TradeHub Demo. These two options are for the more traditional type of trading, which we can look at another time on another webinar. So once you've clicked social trading, it will take you to your login page. So in here you need to fill out your username, which was emailed to you. So I'll just enter all of my details. And then once you've entered your details, just press login. And it'll take you to the social trading platform. So now you'll see in the top right hand corner, it'll say welcome and then your username. You can then select a language of your choice. There's various different languages. They're quite extensive, from Dutch to Chinese, English, French, Portuguese. But otherwise, this is the main platform that you will be looking at when you're trying to find top traders to follow and trying to set up your own portfolio of top traders. The most important thing now to do is obviously looking at funding your account. In order to do that, you need to just select fund your account here in blue. This will take you to an external website. You'll be prompted with a message that just asks you to confirm and acknowledge that you are leaving the social trading account. Once you click confirm, you'll be taken to the TradeHub platform. Now again, TradeHub platform is slightly different to the social trading account. The social account that we'll be looking at is where you manage your entire portfolio. The TradeHub platform here, what this allows you to do is input your funds, withdraw funds, and maybe make changes to your own personal trading account if you had one. So what we need to do is we need to log in again using those exact same details that we used before. So the username that was emailed to you. And click login, and it will take you to the TradeHub platform. You'll be prompted with some announcements, maybe just telling you some market news, some client information. We can close all of that down for now. Okay, so once you're in the TradeHub social platform, you'll see on your left hand side there's some various different buttons. These are predominantly used for people looking to trade on their own accounts without having to follow any other traders. Again, as I said, we can go through this at another time in more depth. So we've got some icons here. The one you need to be looking at in order to fund your account is the pound sign or the euro sign, depending on what currency you've applied for your account. Once you click on the pound sign, you'll be prompted with a funds management box. And here you'll see various different options along the top here. So we've got two different options in terms of funding your account. One is a deposits by card, and the second would be a deposits by bank wire. In order to deposit by card, you simply need to click on deposits by card, and where it says new card, select that, and then fill in the relevant information by selecting firstly the card type, the expiry date, the long card number, and the security code, which is 3 digits at the back, and then your deposit amount. Once you've done that, simply click deposit funds, and your funds will be allocated to your own trading account. The second type of deposit you can make is by doing an electronic bank wire transfer. Once you select that, you'll be prompted with all of our bank details and who we bank with. So you can either fund in sterling, in euros, Swedish krona, US dollar, or Swiss franc. We've got 3 different banks here that you can bank with. We've got NatWest in the UK, we have Commerzbank, and we've got Banco BPI in Portugal. Again, if you are making a bank transfer, just make sure you are referencing correctly your account ID so we can allocate the funds to your account. And then also, this is the same section if you did want to withdraw your funds. If you had a card registered to the account, you can simply choose to withdraw by card. At the moment, I don't have a card here registered, so we don't see that option available. So my option would be to either deposit by card again, or to make a withdrawal by bank transfer. Once you've done the funds transfer and put money onto the account, we need to go back to the social trading platform. So again, I'll take you to that platform now, and we can be able to see the funds should be allocated to the trading account. So when you log on to the social trading platform, you'll be prompted with some tabs here at the top. You've got the home page, this is how it works, find top traders, my portfolio, I'm a top trader, and then some instructions if you ever get stuck, and all of our contact details. In order to get started, what we really want to do is just see who the top traders are, who's performing well, and try to find some top traders to follow. The simplest way of doing that is by selecting Find Top Traders and clicking on Find Top Traders. This will take you to a league table almost, where you'll be able to see who the top traders are and who the bad traders are effectively. I'll run you briefly through each of these options here and what they all mean in terms of what career level is and what the balances represent. Pretty much take you through every single detail here now. So at the moment we can see a trader called New Trading is at the top of the table. Now this is based on a time period of 1 month, which we can see here. We can in fact change that and select the time frame of our choice. What a lot of people like to do is go back a little bit further, as a 1 month time frame doesn't really show a true market color. So if we go back to say 6 months and then click on show, we possibly see New Trading would have dropped off the top of the table there. So we'll click on show, and we've got someone called Trust Fund TK now at the top. So this table really is the heart of social trading. You do want to be playing around with each of the metrics here and playing with the time frames to see exactly which trade is performing when. So that's what the in this time period allows you to do. Then we've got something here called career level. This is pretty important to both people who are following traders and also the top trader themselves. What this shows you here is at what level in their career the top trader is at. So at the moment we can see we've only highlighted the last 3 flags. So we've got a camouflage green color, then we've got a green, and then we've got a light blue color. So they're the ones that are highlighted at the moment. I'll explain what each of those actually represents in a moment. So if we see, there are other options here. There's a mustard color, and we've got a red color here. By default, we'll only show you the last 3 flags. What these career level flags mean is that when a trader first starts trading with us on ayondo, they are automatically given the red flag, and that is the beginning of their career level. As they progress through their trading and make more and more trades and make more profits, they start to increase in their ranking and proceed on to the next level. Only by meeting certain criteria can they move on to the next level. So which is why we only show the last 3 stages by eliminating the first 2, simply because the first 2 levels are deemed to be newbie traders and they may carry a little more risk as we don't have that much data on them. The first flag is called street trader. For someone to be at a street trader level and to progress onto the next level, they'll need to have made at least 5 trades, made a profit of at least 0.5%, and this all needs to be done in a 30-day period. They can't have a drawdown of more than 25%. If they do, they don't progress onto the next level. Once they've met the minimum criteria there, they'll move on to something called advanced traders. That is a 60-day time frame where they'll have to complete another 5 trades within the 30 days, and their performance would have to have exceeded a 1% profit. Again, the drawdown for all of these career levels is 25%, and if at any time they exceed that, they will be demoted back to the first level and they will no longer be able to progress. The third level that there is called the professional trader. This lasts for 90 days. Again, they need to do 15 trades in a period of 30 days, and the performance would need to exceed 1.5% in profit. Again, the same drawdown of 25% applies. We then move on, and it starts to get a little bit more trickier now, where they need to complete 15 trades over a 180-day period, and the performance needs to exceed 3% in that time frame. Again, 25% drawdown applies to each and every single one of the levels. We then move on to the top level trader, which we call institutional. This is almost the highest level traders here that we have. They need to have traded for at least 1 year. They need to have completed over 30 trades annually, and their profit needs to exceed 6%. Again, the same drawdown levels are there. If they are on the advanced level or the institution level and they exceeded 25%, they will be demoted back down to street trader, which is level 1, and they won't be able to progress. So that's what the career level flags represent. Now, as I said, we only show the top 3 levels first. If you want to see more, we can do that here. And the trust fund TK, who's shown a profit here, which shows our P&L of 61.3%, may look a little bit different now. Yeah, exactly. So now we can see someone here called Any Supra, who has had a profit of 1,678% over the course of 6 months. But we can see he is a level 1 trader, which means he's taken excess risk of more than 25%. And we can see here clearly his drawdown, which is highlighted by max DD, which, as you can see, when you hover your mouse over that tab, it shows you exactly what drawdown means, and it's the maximum cumulative loss in percent. So Any Super has lost 46%, which, although his performance is absolutely phenomenal, he is going to remain at level 1. But hey, if he's making a profit, he's making a profit. You can see everything all pretty transparent here. What we now need to do is find some traders that we like the look of and add them to our portfolio. So at the moment what we'll do is we'll take out the first two level traders. So we'll take out Street Trader and Advanced, and we'll leave ourselves with the Professional, Risk Adjusted and Institutional. And then we'll press Show. So we're back with Trust Fund TK with 61% return and a drawdown of less than 25%. But we can see now each of these traders gets ranked based on P&L at the moment. We can change that to reflect the drawdown, the volatility, the number of followers, or even the trades per month they've taken. So we can see Trust Fund TK here has had a return of 61%, but his volatility is pretty low at 10.7%. He's got a large number of following, and you can see that here. He's got over 1,400 people following his trades, and he does, on average, 139 trades per month over this 6-month period that we were looking at. And what you can see here as well on your left-hand side is a little photo of the trader that they've uploaded themselves. And then you've got this star icon which represents a popular trader, and then this R here which denotes that he's trading with at least £1,000 or more in his account. Anyone who has that star is obviously the most popular trader, and anyone with the R represents a real money trader with more than £1,000. If they don't have the R, it just means that they might be trading on a demo account or trading with less than £1,000. So what we want to do is, at this moment in time, we want to look at traders who are trading with at least more than £1,000. What we'd need to do is go to the balance area here, and we can deselect this V which represents virtual trader and only keep the R remaining open. Once we've done that, we'll press Show, and someone like ITR Berlin, who doesn't have the R, should not be in our league table. Once we've clicked Show, we can see he has been removed, and we should only see real money traders now. So we can see here, all of these traders represent people who are trading with their own funds and at least more than £1,000 in their accounts. If you simply want to follow these traders, all you need to do is click follow, but we'll get to that in a second. What we want to do now is analyze a little bit more of what these top traders have done. If you want to see exactly what they've done in the past, all you need to do is click on the name of the trader, and we'll do that now. And that will take you to their own personal page where they can input their trading strategy if they wish to expose their secrets. They'll tell you a little bit about their experience, how long they've been trading for, and you can see exactly how long they've been trading with us for as well. So we can see Trust Fund TK has been a member of Ayondo since March 2015. He's got 5 to 10 years worth of experience. And you can see here his last trade was done today, about an hour ago. And you can see the number of followers he's got. What we'll do now, we'll just show you exactly what more you can see on this page. This gives you analytics and a breakdown of everything they've ever done. So at the moment, at the top, you can see here, you can see his performance since he first joined. It's been over 100%. His drawdown's been under 25%. Number of trades he's done. The percentage of winning trades he's had is just over 60%. And to date, he's not had a losing month. So we can see every single month he's made a profit. And over here, obviously, the win trade just shows that not every single trade has won. And you can see that clearly on his chart here. So if we go all the way back to the beginning where he started off in March, he had a little dip here, which probably is why his drawdown is so much. and then gradually he's increased it. Had a little dip in May, but then has steadily increased over time to over 100%. And what you can compare that to by default is the Germany 30, which had you invested in just the index alone, you would in the same period be down just under 20%. So any performance above the leading index, and if it's positive, is always a good result. But to be, over 100% in the same period is just phenomenal. Let's have a look at this a little bit further and see exactly what he's done. So at the moment we can see he's actually got a trade running at the moment. He's got a trade running on the Germany 30 rolling. The stake size is 6.52. We've got a stop loss here set at 94.65, and the price that he entered was at 94.89. The current price is 94.79, so he's about 10 points offside, which is why he's losing currently just under £60. But we can see that trade's been open, as I said, just under an hour ago, and that is reflected here in how long the trade's been open in the timer. And then we've got something called the RPT. This is quite interesting because this denotes the risk per trade that he's taken, representative of his account size. So he's actually taken a 0.08% risk on that trade. Now that's fairly low in comparison to what all the major gurus may say. They say keep it between 1 and 3%, but I mean he's kept it well below that, and he's at 0.08%, which probably explains why he's doing so well and the fact that he's got such little drawdown. Then once we look down a little bit further here, we can see a month by month breakdown of the percentage returns that he's had. So he started off in March with 23%, April 28%, May was lower than average, but still above what most people probably get at 3.16%. And still, as you can see here, it's just remained under the double figures, but still slowly increasing, which year to date equates to just over 100%. Again, there's a lot of information here, and it's really transparent, which is one of the key differences between the social platform that you see here and any other platform that you may see. Again, there's some more metrics here for distribution of monthly performances, and it's just showing you here as a bar chart what percentage returns he's had and the frequency of what it's occurred. So we can see he's had more than a 4% return in more than 4 months. Next to that, you've got an asset allocation. This is just a pie chart showing where he tends to invest his trades, and we can see the bulk of his trades are reflected, and they are in the Germany 30 rolling, and that's the one that he's got open at the moment. If you actually hover over the title of the index here, you can see that he's had 891 trades in the German DAX, compared to something like gold, where he's only had 3 trades, which represent 0.3%. We can see here, so it's a slightly diverse portfolio that he's got, and he does trade other products other than the German DAX. So I'm happy with his performance, and what I want to do is actually have him trade on my account. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure that I don't have any traders in my account right now. So what I'm going to do is make sure that it's all clean. So I'm going to go to my portfolio at the top, and then I'm going to go to portfolio configurator. Okay, so I've got someone called Any Super there. He was the chap we saw who returned over 1,500% or 1,600% in the year. So I'm just going to remove him by clicking on the X. And I'm going to make sure that any trades that he's got, they're closed as well. Okay, so I've just removed the top trader from my portfolio. I'm going to press close, and we can see here that my portfolio is empty. So once you start building your portfolio in this section, which I'll explain how it's done in a moment, that's where you'll see your top traders. I'm going to stop execution for now. Okay, so I haven't got a trader in there for me to stop, so I'm going to press close. So let's go back and find the top trader that we wanted. So I wanted Trust Fund TK. Now there's various ways you can add a top trader to your portfolio. The easiest way is by simply going to Find Top Trader, clicking on Find Top Traders, and then pressing the Follow button here. Some traders you may be able to follow instantly, others not so quickly. The reason being is, as we saw, Trust Fund TK, he currently has one open position. So it's just asking us, do we want to enter the position at the current level, or do we wait until he's placed a new trade? So what we'll do is we will enter only his new trades. So we're going to leave this box here empty. Otherwise, that will execute at the current market price, which we don't want right now. We'll just add the trader now. So he's been added to my portfolio, and we can see his performance here on the chart below. So at the moment you can see there should be a blue line and a staggered green line. That's because I only have one trader, and that's my overall portfolio performance. Once we start adding more traders, we'll be building our own sort of profit line, and you'll be able to see an individual breakdown of the traders. So let's add at least one more trader. I mean, you can add up to 5 different traders. Obviously, the more traders you add, the more you're sort of spreading your risk, and hopefully this line here becomes a lot smoother because you are diversifying and spreading your risk across different traders. On your left hand side here, you're able to see the different traders. This mimics the exact same format that you currently have set up in your league table. So rather than switching back and forth, you know that this is based on the 6 month, based on the top last 2 trading levels, which was the risk adjusted and institutional. So we'll go back to that, and we'll just have a look at maybe one more trader, the second most profitable trader. Actually, let's actually take off the 3rd career level and look at the last 2 levels. So we've got someone called Botanicus Real, we've got Simply Trader and Mr. Dax. I'm going to filter out by looking at the most popular traders now. So this will show us top 10 traders with the most followers. Okay. So we've got Mr. Dax here, who's got over 2,500 followers. He's had a return since he started, which is at the moment, which shows since inception, of 91% and a drawdown of 16. Let's make it more relevant and more current. So we'll look at 3 months. And we'll leave the career levels, as we said, to the last 2 trading. And then we'll press show. Okay, so Mr. Dax is still there. And then we've got Simply Trader. Okay, so in the last 3 months, Mr. Dax has performed 23%, had the drawdown of 16, and a pretty low volatility of just over 6. So what we'll do, we'll add him. So I've showed you how you can add a trader by clicking on this follow button. The second way is by clicking on the actual trader's name. So when you're in the actual information box, and then you can just simply press this follow button here. What we can also see, again, as I said to you, if the trader wishes, they can input their trading strategy. Mr. Dax here, by the looks of it here, is in German, but if you click on read more, you should see a translated version of his description and what he actually does. So we can see here His stock market trading is both his passion and profession, and he's been trading over 18 years. I'm happy with that. I mean, his performance speaks for itself. So what we'll do, we'll click on follow. And again, that should, okay, it's prompted me with the open trades detected box, which we had before. Again, we're not going to enter in the current market levels. We'll leave that box empty and we'll add the trader. So now we've got two traders in our portfolio. And here in the chart below, we can see pretty clearly what our expected returns would have been had we followed him here for the past year, which is what these options here denote. So in the past 3 months, had I followed these two traders, my portfolio would have grown by just under 20%, or to be precise, 17%. So that's what the blue staggered line shows. It's the combination of all my traders on the account. The lines below show individual breakdown. So the green line shows Mr. Dax, who's increased by 13% in the last 3 months. And we've got Trust Fund TK, who's grown only 4% in the last 3 months. So that's fine. The second way to add more traders to your account is by making sure that you're in the My Portfolio section. Go into Portfolio Configurator. Again, that will keep you on the same page. But again, we've got the list of traders here that exactly replicates what we have in the league table. And then if you want to follow Simply Trader, for example, who's the second top trader there, who's had a return of 17.81%, you can simply click and drag. The way you do that is left click, hold your mouse, and drag it into the portfolio box here. Once that's done, you'll get another line here showing Simply Trader's performance and your own portfolio overall performance here as well. So what you need to do now is you need to click to have these traders executed on your own portfolio. So at the moment I've got a portfolio executed, so I'm just going to deactivate the execution on those portfolios at the moment. What most of you should see now is two buttons at the bottom: execute on live account and execute on demo account. As I have funds on my live account, which we saw earlier, which we can see that's just a trade confirmation. So we can see here I've got a small balance on my account of just under £3,000. We're going to execute these three traders on my live account. All I need to do now is simply press execute on live account. Again, it might ask me to check that these traders don't have any open trades, or they do have open trades. As I said before, I'm going to leave them empty. I'm going to press execute portfolio. Once I've done that, it will take me to my live account page within the social platform. So here I can clearly see my balance of £2,921. At the moment I don't have an unrealized or realized P&L, so which is shown here. And I've got something called loss protection. I'll get to that, which is pretty important in a second. And we've got stop execution now. Underneath all of that, you've got your last closed positions, so almost a history. We can see here, any super was someone I was following, and he had some trades on the German 30. Majority of them lost, we can see, but there were some big winners here as well. At the moment, these three traders don't have any open trades running, so that's why my portfolio is not shown. Hopefully throughout this webinar, hopefully one of those guys will put a trade on and we should be able to see something. So I'll just tell you exactly what this loss protection here means now. So this is pretty important for anyone who's looking to sort of minimize their risk and doesn't want to take too much risk. Simply what it allows you to do is stop the execution of the account automatically. So at the moment, my current equity is shown here at 2,921. If we want to make sure that my account doesn't go below 2,500, all I'd need to do is simply type in 2,500. So, as again, it explains exactly what it means that the entered amount only represents the chosen threshold value to which all positions will be closed. It might be slightly less due to market volatility, but that's the sort of level that we want to make sure our account doesn't go below. Once I've entered 2,500, I'll press save, and you can see here 2,500 is my loss protection. All that means now is if I lose a balance of £421.76, any open trades that are running, regardless of whether they're making money or not, will be closed, and I won't be following those traders. If I did want to refollow those traders, I'd need to go back into my portfolio and press the portfolio configurator and then actually press execute on live account as we just did before. If you want to stop the trading at any time, you simply press stop execution, which we can do now, and it'll ask you if you really want to deactivate the automatic execution of your portfolio. We'll click no for now, and we'll just keep it there. So that's pretty much how the portfolio works and how you create the portfolio. When you actually go on to the portfolio configurator, you can obviously tweak it and play around with it as much as you like and get comfortable with the traders. Make sure you're following traders that you're comfortable with, that aren't taking too much risk, or if you do want to follow risk traders, by all means do so. Again, these traders, all their trades are transparent and everything is there clearly for you to see. What we're going to do is just show you exactly how exciting social trading can be. So at the moment, we've got pretty safe traders in terms of their drawdown being less than 25%. Let's add one more and see how the overall portfolio changes. So at the moment, we're currently at 18%. So I know exactly which trader I want to follow. I want to follow any Supra. So we're going to just quickly go ahead and change the parameters here. We click on change and we'll do all the career levels and we'll press show. Okay, so any Supra is there. We're just going to click on any Supra for the time being. Let's just see exactly what he's doing now. So again, we've seen he's got 1,678% return, volatility of 285%. So he's not for the faint-hearted. He's definitely someone that you'd follow if you are looking to take a bit of risk. I mean, anyone with more than 10% or 20% volatility is someone who is a bit punchy. But again, you can see he's had 83% winning trades, and he's had 3/4 of the months that he's been trading with us, they've been winners. We'll go down and see exactly what that equates to. Once we click on transaction history, which shows every single trade that he's done, we can see the kind of risk that he's taken, in fact. So this page here, when we went to transaction history, shows trade by trade everything that he's done on this account. So we can select the period for since inception. In fact, that's what we'll do. And we can look at it from a descending date order or an ascending. We'll look at the most current, so we'll go descending. We click search, and we can see here the first trade he did, or the last trade he did rather, was on the German DAX, and he made a profit of 6,820 euros. The risk he took on that trade was 4.31%, which you can see here by RPT. We can see where he entered, which is here by the price, and the exit price here as well. Okay, we can see his current balance stands at 1.8 million euros. I mean, he started with a balance of, I believe, 100,000, so which is why the 1.8 million relates to the 1600% sort of return that he's had. So it's incredible. I mean, I'd like to follow him. So what we're going to do, we'll go back to the trading profile of any Supra. Let's have a look at a few more metrics maybe. And we can see here at the bottom of there, we can see his P&L metrics first of all. So since registration, we have a little comparison between the Euro stocks and the US 500. So we can see both of those indices during the time frame that we're looking at have actually fallen significantly, whereas the trader any Supra has increased. This month he's not performing so well. I mean, it is only the 1st of October, so let's see how it pans out over the course of the month. And then we have some risk metrics here. So max drawdown, volatility, the Sharpe ratio, the MAR ratio, and then value at risk. So all these are just different sort of metrics for risk, in fact. I mean, anyone who is interested in quants and the actual mechanics of it all can actually click on each of these tabs and see exactly how they are calculated. So if we click on Sharpe ratio and we click on more, it tells you exactly what the Sharpe ratio is. It tells you how to calculate the Sharpe ratio and what each of the letters indicate. So for any mathematicians out there that want to calculate those for themselves, feel free. You've got that for the Sharpe ratio, you've got that for value at risk as well, and then you've got that for the MAR, and you've got that for volatility. Again, there you go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure we follow any Supra. So at the moment it's asking us for if we want to follow him even though he's got open trades. For the purpose of this webinar, we're going to click yes, so we can see what it actually looks like. So we're going to do execute positions at the current market price. And also we've got a risk warning here. So it's informing us that the current trader resides in discrete trader, which is the lowest career level on ayondo. Are we sure we want to add this trader? I think so. So we'll add the trader, and then we've got him on our portfolio here. Let it just load. Okay, so now we can see in the 3-month time period, had we done this portfolio, I would have made exactly 170%. So let's have a look at my live account now. So what we can do in order to see what trades have actually been executed on my account, if we go to my portfolio here and then click on my live account, we can see there are current positions open now. These are all on the back of any Supra. So we can see that my current P&L is, I'm down just over £1. We can see here he's gone long, which is denoted by the upward facing arrow. If it was short or a sell position, it would be a downward facing arrow. So he's gone long on Germany 30, and my stake sizes are quite small here, 0.143 of a pound. The reason these stake sizes are small is because they are based on a proportion to the trader's account. So the more funds you have, the bigger your position size will be. So again, we saw the risk per trade. So that risk per trade, as I mentioned, is based on the top trader's account balance. So if he takes a 1% risk on his account, you will also take a 1% risk on yours. But that would be based on your account balance, not his. So we can see the current trade has been open for a certain period of time. If you want to see these positions in your own TradeHub account, they will be there. So what you need to do is go to your TradeHub account, which is the one where you funded. You'll probably see some trade confirmations. So we'll close them down. We'll close the withdrawals page, And then what we need to do in order to see that is we need to select the upward and downward facing arrow, which shows our current positions. If we select that, we can see here as well exactly what's happened. Again, as I mentioned, the Trade Hub is just the execution engine where the top trader does their trading. And when they trade, it's automatically replicated on your account without any sort of intervention. Other than just following the traders, there's nothing more really you need to do. So we can see here exactly the free trades that are opened, the current P&L. I mean, if we wanted to do our own trading, this is where we'd be. But we'll go back onto the social trading platform, which is what we're looking at. We can see we're still down £3.31. What we're going to do, we're going to leave those trades running, and hopefully, I mean, it will make us some money. Now, the portfolio configurator is where you will be spending most of your time, alongside the Find the Top Traders section. Now, it really is, as I said, the heart of social trading. When you want to be looking at what these traders are doing and what they've done, you use the league table and their transaction history. And when you want to tweak your portfolio and change things around, you want to be in your portfolio configurator. Again, what we'll do, I'll quickly show you how you can really personalize your trading profile, but this will be covered in more depth in another webinar. What we have here on these top traders is a little spanner. Now, these spanners represent the individual trading preferences of the trader that you're following. So what we'll do, just for example purposes, we're going to select that spanner for any Supra. Once we click on that, we'll get given this, it almost looks like a sliding scale, starting from 1 times, going down to 0.5, going all the way up to 10. Now what this means is, or it shows, is the risk factor we're following the trader at, or trader with. At the moment, by default, we'll be following each of these traders with 1 times risk. If for some reason I was really happy with the performance of one trader and I wanted to follow him with more risk than I am the other traders, I can choose to slide this scale all the way up to 10 or anywhere in between. We'll leave it at 10 at the moment. And then what we'll do is we'll confirm the settings here. Just note in the background, you can see my current portfolio performance when it was at 1 times, it was at 170%. Once I press confirm settings, this will probably shoot up to somewhere around 1500%, or 15,000 rather. There you go. So we can see here, my portfolio would have grown 15,000% had I followed any Supra over 3 months with 10 times the risk factor. But again, my losses would have been just as large. I mean, I would have gone from having a £14,000% return, going all the way down to 9,500. So again, it does increase the risk there. We're going to take that back down to 1 times, as I'm not really too confident. I'll confirm the settings. Again, so that's something that you can do on each of the traders. There is a lot more functionality that you can do, but what we'll do, we'll go through those details on another webinar when we have a lot more time to go through individual amounts in more detail. What it allows you to essentially do is change leverage or change the risk of each and every single product that they've ever traded. So if you're not happy with a particular product that they've traded, you can simply choose out. Or if you are happy with, or really happy with a particular market that they've traded and you want to expose yourself more, you simply increase the leverage on that. But that's how social trading works in its brief. But what we will do is we will be taking this session further on another webinar. But that is me for now. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask them, as I am available for questions. Okay, so I've got one question already here. It's asking it if it's following them 25% each. Okay, so the way the traders are followed is all based on, first of all, the number of traders you're following and the risk that they take. It's all based on your account size and the trader's account size. Again, as we saw earlier, in fact, the best way to actually demonstrate how much of your account is allocated to each trader is by showing you. So let me just close off my existing trades. Let me stop the execution first of all. I'll deactivate the execution. So it's going to close all my trades. So let me show you there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all traders but one. So at the moment I've got Mr. Dax, who's the only one. Now once I click on the spanner, it will show me the effective risk factor. So at the moment, whenever Mr. Dax trades, I'll be following him 1 times. And you can see here, just underneath, it shows me effective risk factor is 1 times. So when Mr. Dax takes a 5% risk, I will also take a 5% risk on my account. It's all based, again, as I said, on the currency account that I have, and how much money I have on my account. If I've got the same account size as the trader, the trade size will be the same as the trader. If it's less, I will also trade a smaller amount. If I have more, my trade size will be bigger. But again, it's all based on that particular trade that the trader takes. So if he takes a 5% risk, as I said, I will also take a 5% risk on my account. It's not about 50% of the funds are allocated to trader A and 50% are allocated to trader B. It is all just about what percentage of risk that trader takes on that particular trade. So just remember here, so we're only following one trader at the moment, which is why the effective risk factor is 1. As you start adding more traders, so we'll add this other chap here called HPM Stefan Risa, another favorite trader, as you can see by the star, and also trading with real money. So now that I'm following 2 traders, the risk factor is divided by the number of traders I have. So the risk factor is 1, but I've got 2 traders, so I'll be following, my risk factor will be half on Stefan Rissa and half on the other trader that I've got. So basically what that means is, if each of those traders took a 5% risk, my account size would show that I've followed the first trader with 2.5% risk and the second trader with 2.5% risk. Vice versa, I mean, if one trader took a 10% risk and another trader took 5% risk, the trader with 10%, I'd be following him with 5, and the second trader, I'd be following him with 2.5. Again, it's all dependent on your account size, the number of traders you have, and the effective risk factor. If I wanted to almost follow them identically, I mean, have a 1-for-1 risk where I took the same percentage risk as them, what I'd need to do is I'd change the risk factor to 2 times. Let's get to, there you go. And now we can see my effective risk factor has changed to 1 times here. Let's see if So, I mean, Matthew, if you're there, I mean, I hope that's answered your question on following them 25% each. Yeah, perfect. Great. Let's answer some more questions here. So I've got someone's here that asked if there's any fees apart from the spread. Essentially, no. The only fees that you'd pay are the spread involved and potentially any dividends or any overnight financing that you may have involved. Other than that, as a client, there are no additional charges involved. You have to remember the top traders are also trading on the platform here. They will be getting the same spread as yourself. So regardless of what the spread actually is, if the top traders made money on that trade, so have you. I hope that's answered your question in regards to the what the fees are. No worries. So I've had a couple of people here asking how to become a top trader. So this is something that will be taken up during the next webinar. The top traders session is quite extensive and it's difficult to cover during one session, but I mean, we can definitely go over this at another time. Or alternatively, I mean, if you want to speak directly to one of the guys here, feel free to call into the office. And you know, during office hours, and they'll definitely answer any questions that you may have. Let's just answer some more questions. Let me try and answer some different ones here. Bear with me. So the minimum funding level that we accept on the Ayondo platform is fairly low. It starts off as at a reasonably level of £100. So £100 or €100. And again, you'll find that information on the Trade Hub platform. When you go there, it does have a minimum deposit requirement. So I will just show you that now. So when you go back to the funds management section and we go to deposits by card, and when you click over deposit amount, it'll tell you please enter a minimum amount of 100. So that's that. So someone's asked if stop execution closes any open trades or just opening new ones from linked orders. So essentially, when you've got the social platform up, and as you saw, as I actually did a demonstration of that when we did stop execution, we don't actually have any open trades on anymore. We saw we had free from any super before, but once I stopped the execution, all those trades closed off. And in order for us to start our portfolio again, we would need to go to execute on live account. We've requested it to be closed, so that's why it's not available for us to see any trades open at the moment. Again, we can see that and verify that by going to my portfolio and my live account. Again, we currently have no executed portfolio here. And if you want to go back to your portfolios, you click on that and it'll take us back to the portfolio we set up. Now, another question that we have here is, can you choose what percentage of your account each trade risk is? So again, the whole idea of social trading is to allow each of these top traders to do the hard work for you. So when they trade and they risk a certain amount. So when we click on someone like Stefan Risser, let's see what he's doing at the moment. And you can see his transaction history. So he's taken a fairly low risk per trade. So last one was 0.06%. And just saying the last top 15 trades here, the highest risk per trade was 4.5%. One thing you need to bear in mind is that whenever each of these top traders trades, they do have to trade with a stop loss. It is a requirement of ayondo that they do need to trade with a stop loss. Now, each trade that this top trader takes can't be more than a risk of 10%. If you did want to change the level of risk per trade, again, the way to do it was what I showed you. If you go to my portfolio configurator, click on that spanner, and you can then choose how much you want to risk. Effectively, as I said, if you're following only one trader, you're going to be following them one time with the same risk. If you take it down to 0.5, you'll be following them with half the risk. But if you're following more traders, that risk is even smaller. I hope that answers your question there. Okay, something that I didn't show is if you want to change the password that is sent is a little bit tedious. So what you need to do is once you've actually logged on to the platform, when you go to the home page, we'll start from the very beginning. So imagine you've logged on. So we go to social trading. I've logged on, and then on the top here you've got social trading, welcome, and then your username. If you click on that username, you'll get a little option here, my profile and change password. Simply click on change password, and that will prompt you with entering your old password, and then you can put in your new password. Just bear in mind there is a little criteria that does need to be met. It's pretty straightforward, just like any other password entering box. Once you've done that, click change, and that will be done. If you change your password on the social trading platform where you select your top traders, it will not change the password on the Trade Hub where you fund. So just remember that if you are having login issues. So one of the questions that's been asked is, do the follow account and the top trader account have to be separate? If you can just elaborate on that, do you mean if you wanted to be a follower and a top trader? Yes. Okay. So current setup of ayondo is that there are several combinations of accounts that you can have. So let me log out and then I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean. So once I click on open account here, you'll get prompted with the account application. So the first option here that we didn't go through because we're not talking about the normal trading here. So you can do the normal spread betting where you do your own trades. You're not able to see anyone else's trades. You simply just do your own trading. Second options here that we have is social trading. So once you select social trading, you've got the two different account types. You've got the follower account and the top trader account. At the moment, you can only have one or the other. I mean, if you did want another account, so if you did have already an existing follower account, you can, of course, open up a second top trader account. They won't be connected together. You can, in fact, have a normal trading account, which you can select there, and a follower account. You can have a normal trading account and a top trader account, or you can, and then you've got obviously the option to have just a top trader account or just a follower account. I hope that answers your question, Matt. No worries. Anyone who is interested in becoming a top trader, what I would suggest you do is, if you just want to leave a message with your name and your contact number, what we can do is we can give you a call. We can arrange a call and we can just guide you through exactly step by step what needs to be done in order to become a top trader and how you can become one. And then I can answer any questions that you may have in terms of if there are any fees, what benefits are there, and pretty much go through it all and have a one-to-one session with any of you guys. Let's just see if there's any more questions. Okay, so someone's asked, when will Follow the Followers be live? If you are on the actual platform now, you may have seen here on the social platform. Let's log into the social platform first. So when you hover over Find the Top Traders, you've got Follow the Followers. So this basically, once it does go live, we are in the process of rolling it out soon. I can't give you a time frame, unfortunately, but what it will allow you to do is follow the best followers. It takes even more guesswork out. So rather than you having to find and crawl through who the best traders are, what you will be able to do is find out who has the best portfolio of traders. So these will be people who are on the platform already following other traders, and what you will be doing is you will be following these guys. But unfortunately, Harry, at the moment I'm unable to show you exactly or tell you exactly when the top traders and Follow the Follower function will go live. Please feel free to call in and we can discuss this in more depth in person. So for anyone who's interested in becoming a top trader, please email us at support@ayondo.com. Again, just feel free to email us at support@ayondo.com. Let's just see if there's any more questions. Okay, so it seems that all the questions have been done for now. Unless anyone has any more questions, this will be good evening from me. Just wait a few more seconds and we'll just take it from there. Again, just if you do want to send an email across, please email support@ayondo.com. Okay, guys, so if there's no more questions, it's been a pleasure speaking to you guys. My name is Fayez Patel, and hopefully I'll speak to you all soon. Good evening.